tell me a little bit about yourself, Chris.
Okay. Christopher Browne, graduate student at Cornell University,
Mhm.
focused on real estate, investment, finance,
Okay.
development, specifically hotels and resort.
Okay.
President of the Philip Payton Society for Minorities in Real Estate.
Okay.
You know, many DEI council at the Cornell Real Estate Council. Strategic vice president
Yeah.
for geopolitical club and all that.
Right.
But I was born in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Very interesting. Two Caribbean parents,
Okay.
Jamaica and Grenada.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wife is Trinidadian.
Okay.
Great grandfather is Haitian.
Wow.
Have a mix of, my goodness, Caribbean,
Yeah.
North American, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
No.
Awesome. And you've been in the States for how long? Your whole life, or you
No,
young?
I left the state at 2 years old.
Okay.
Came back about, well, off and on. I'm in the States.
Right.
But I'll say maybe around 16, 17 years now in the States.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay. So what did you? All right. So take me to like high school. After high school, you graduated, and then what happened after that?
All right. So, well, let me give you some interesting facts. Even before that, you'll see this and be intrigued of this. So, I got a scholarship to come to New York, Brooklyn, from Grenada. On my way back, Hurricane Ivan happened. So
Okay.
I was planning to go back down to Grenada. Hurricane
Right.
Ivan happened. Totaled 86% of the entire infrastructure in Grenada.
Wow.
The family was down there, and I don't know how my mom called. I mean, everything was totaled.
Yeah.
Christopher, you can't come back to Grenada. Find your way over over here. There's a good college around here in Brooklyn that I make yourself handy.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And she was referring to Brooklyn College, and I went to Brooklyn College just because of her request.
Right.
Had a love for natural science, so triple majored by chem math, did well there.
Wow.
Going into my junior year, I changed my major. I don't know. I really still felt that pain of Hurricane Ivan. I changed my major to finance and business. Everyone thought I was crazy. President of the biology club, vice president of the chemistry club. All my labs were the labs being used. Had a peer tutoring comparative physiology. Everyone thought, what the heck is wrong?
Yeah.
And I said to myself and to others, I would rather help a nation in 9 hours than one patient. And that was my personal thesis, and I went with that.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to go to Switzerland. I raised $21,000 to go to Switzerland in 2 weeks. Got a scholarship to represent the US, but I still had to raise 21K. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Crazy. Did that. Came back, raised over like $1 million of fund for students to get an international education. Joined the foundation, raised with them 2.35 million, and then I graduated from Brooklyn College. So I had to.
You do a little bit of everything: fundraising, studying, interning, working, and then you graduated. Wow.
And then I graduated, and then my first job from the foundation was working under a legendary wealth manager, Sam Beller.
Okay.
Under his wings, wealth management there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. He really, I learned the fundamentals from him.
Okay.
And then, from there, I was the strategic engagement manager for a startup health firm. Did wonderful there as well, engaging public-private partnerships there before it was a thing.
Okay.
Did wonderful there. And then I joined the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce as the economic development director. Did well there.
Okay.
Again, engaging with the prime ministers and ministers, the different ministries. And Dr. Roy Hastic, he's the late, he died from COVID.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said, Christopher, why don't you start up your own consulting firm? So I did that just again, you know, out of his, yeah, man, yeah, out of just his request. I did that, did really well, really supporting Fortune 5 and 50 companies
Okay.
and engaging with countries.
All right. So what else did you do, and who else did you engage with? I'm waiting to hear that you were the president of Grenada at some point in your life. Like, what else you got going on for us,
No,
man?
no, no, man. I'm
Wow.
no, not yet. Again, really, my aim is to really to build a bridge. I'm blessed to have the skill sets to really be able to make life easier for those that's coming, behind me.
Okay.
That's my whole thing, even with PPS.
Okay.
I felt I will be judged if I didn't jump on board.
Okay. So let me ask you this question: What you had your own consulting firm?
Correct.
How did you end up at Cornell? Because it sounded like you were. Sound like you didn't even need Cornell, man. It sounded like you were already on the
Yeah.
path to success, brother.
So yes, I was gonna get my straight up. I was gonna get my PhD in economics. So no, I'm for real. So within the time frame I did so, I did a master's in economics 1 year, knocked it out in 1 year doing work, and I was going to get a PhD in economics. My wife was like, Christopher, like PhD in economics? Look at Cornell, because I was advising companies, regarding placemaking, more or less like a management consulting, but generational consulting.
Okay.
So companies, again, this is every company
Right.
that has a Gen Z, Gen Y, millennial base.
Okay.
I would be the one M&A, restructuring, placemaking, work psychology, work.
Okay.
I was
Wow, man. Everything, dude. That's how you
yeah,
do it.
yeah, I was the one helping them to transition,
Okay.
really extracting as much profit return
Okay.
as possible for companies and ministries. And wifey was like, "This is not your personality." I'm like, "Well, this is the next step."
As
And
far as
my
getting a PhD.
Yeah, in economics.
Okay.
That was my next. That was what I wanted to do.
It almost sounds like it would have slowed you down, man. It's not like you were already gunning.
Oh, really?
No.
I mean, I think that might just put a bit of a feather in my hat.
Okay.
I had a master's. That was the next thing. But what's interesting is that all of my advising is you can only do as much to advise, only as much.
Right.
They can take your suggestions or not.
Right.
And most of my suggestions, they should have taken, most taken, but the one that they didn't take, they should have.
Right.
So I said, man, let me just do this on my own. To be candid. And wifey was just, Christopher, this is, and I'm like, no, real estate. This is something like, no, come on. And so it was only Columbia and Cornell I applied to, and I got into both. Awesome. And I picked Cornell.
Awesome.
That was really it. And my wife is in real estate, as did her bar, focus on real estate. So that was a power team.
Oh, wow. So your wife's in the industry.
Yeah.
Okay. She's on the legal side?
On the legal side.
Okay, cool.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right. So she kind of helped navigate you to the real estate side once she heard you were going to go off into PhD land.
Yeah.
Where you disappear for like 5 years and come back with a degree with a big beard as well. But it sounds like you pivoted, or your wife helped you pivot into the commercial real estate industry. Correct. That kind of just shows that, that type of job or industry isn't as exposed as others, education, government, legal, healthcare, those industries and those careers, everyone knows about them, but real estate, I mean, besides the residential part, no one really knows. And when I say no one, I mean like people of diverse backgrounds, underrepresented backgrounds don't really have that leeway or that exposure into the industry. That's one of the reasons why, I started this platform. Ali's doing what he's doing. Cornell's doing a good job with their program. You're starting to see different programs sprout out at different schools, but your introduction to the industry was your wife.
That's correct. Absolutely correct. And Wonderful, wonderful take. I didn't know much about real estate at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I
Yeah.
didn't. I worked around it. You know, I had ambitions really to own real estate, but not on the investment finance development level.
Okay.
That
Right.
was so getting into Cornell, all the technical skills that I needed, I've received. So now I'm in a whole different perspective before and after Cornell,
Okay.
just because of the exposure that you talked about.
Right. Right. Okay. Cool. So then you get into Cornell, and then tell me about your experience at Cornell.
Man,
You know.
last semester 22.5 credit. Man, I'm not. I'm to be candid. I made it my own path.
Okay.
Made it my own path because I was really focused in finance and investment. I tried to do as much finance and investment subjects, courses as possible. So I beasted it out.
Okay.
So again, I have a family, 2 kids, a wife, in the industry. So that made it a bit more challenging. My mother, it's interesting, got diagnosed with a terminal illness that I had to
Okay.
health proxy, with that. And well, technically I took 22.5 credits. It was 21 point,
In the
point
semester?
5 in my master's. That's insane. I don't recommend anyone to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Again, because it's just my thirst for knowledge, really understand the game,
Okay.
interact with hedge funds, private equity firms, private equity shops, banks. So I really stepped out of my comfort zone a lot.
Right.
Many
Right.
conferences, many connections,
Yeah.
really helped.
Awesome. And so you feel like Cornell give you that leg up you were looking forward in the industry?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And then, all right. So then take me through. Okay, you're in Cornell. How did you hear of the Philip Payton Society? How did you hear about them?
Good question. So even before Cornell, I was thinking, I was making my decisions, what school to pick. and Ali called up and said, "Hey, Christopher, I'm hearing that you're accepted." I'm like, "Yeah,
Okay.
sure." And she said, there is this cool organization I think you would appreciate it. And first call, I was like, man, LA, no, I have way too much things to do.
It sounds like
Yeah, I'm not, he will tell you that. I'm like, nah, man, yeah. So,
yeah.
take a look at it. You
Right.
know, um, there is only 1 or 2 of us, 3 max in the space.
Hmm.
I think this will do you well. So I
Right.
said, okay, let me take a look. And the current executive board at that time, we had phone calls, Zoom calls, and we connected.
Okay. Okay.
And I jumped on board as a treasurer, just observing. My perception and my outlook was just to observe what was going on. So yes, accounts, balance that, and different stuff treasurers do.
Right.
And but I was mainly observing what was happening
Okay.
and how I could make it better.
Right.
And the following year I became president, and I scaled the entire game vision. So before, it was a student organization, really, just specifically to build comradeship with the current matriculated students of color, underrepresented minority at Cornell,
Right.
and to build long-lasting relationships afterwards.
Right. For sure.
I said to myself, that's awesome, wonderful, but the industry needs to know that we exist,
Hmm.
and we're talented, as
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
So I scaled the game vision. I said, to the team, and it was 2, 3 of us. I said, look, now the aim the vision is to become the preeminent student organization that houses top minority talent in the nation.
Woo. That's cold, brother. That's cold.
That
That's
was it.
cold. Okay. Okay.
Highlighting, connecting, and ultimately transitioning underrepresented minority groups to the industry. Everyone thought I was crazy. Like, what pivot is that?
We just want to be a
Guys,
club.
yeah. I said, guys, just hold on. Just hold on. If you don't believe in it yet, just hold on.
Okay.
So I built a team outside of the commercial, the concentrated commercial real estate program, because there was very few of us, MBAs. I pulled upon urban planners, I pulled upon architects, designers, and we build a team of 8. And everyone got a strategic role. I thought of it like a body, and every team member was a part of that human body. Again, that's me, natural sciences as well.
Yeah.
So we had a VP of branding, culture, and strategic engagement. We really to augment what we're doing.
Wow.
And then, during that point, we had no product. Yes, we had a case study competition that was rolling out for 4 years. Well, 4 years now at the point, but it was only, 3-4 HBCUs engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a summer associate, at Lend-Lease. And I pitched them the idea of, look, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm heading it. I'm the star summer associate, and I'm the one that's going to be doing it. We didn't have a product. Yeah. We didn't have a product, really. But I pitched it as that. Listen, you would be front of mind. You would be the first entrant, of this opportunity.
Right.
And Christopher, we believe in you. 10 grand. Bang. I said, okay.
Woo, okay.
Then JP Morgan, the same thing.
Okay.
Then Blackstone, the same thing.
Okay.
So at that point, again, the momentum started boiling. Gensler. So, man, from 1 or 2 sponsors to 15, we grew it to 650% sponsorship.
Wow.
Then, yeah, man,
Congratulations.
I went in.
It's obvious. And when Ali, me and Ali have been talking for a while. We wanted to do something together because we're both from North Carolina A&T, and we actually thought what we were going to do was going to be at our school. Obviously, the pandemic, flushed that out. But in the interim, that didn't stop him or I from building our platforms. If anything, that gave us more time to really think about things and put our heart and joy, or all of our effort, into building these platforms. So obviously, Ali, scouring the talent pool that was coming in, similar to what I do, find individuals that we feel are stars and can really push the agenda forward, this being a positive agenda for minorities and the commercial real estate industry as well. And so obviously him picking you, and then you picking the folks that you picked, it seems like it was a team like the Avengers that came together.
My God.
Wonderful. Came together, and you guys built this crazy platform and hosted this amazing event. It got all these amazing sponsors. And then, me being on the outside, I'm seeing what Ali and you guys and gals are doing over there at PPS. And I'm like, oh, wait, I need to jump on that. I need to be involved. We need to get this on camera. We need to get this so everyone can see. And me and Ali have already been talking about doing something like this for the past few years. And then that's where I jump in. We film everything, we shoot everything. I got my team editing everything now, and we're having these follow-up calls so that when people see not only the content and the case competition and the events, et cetera, they also get to meet the people behind the scenes, like you, and talk to the Cornell folks. I'm talking to FAMU tomorrow. I got Spelman I'm going to talk to. I got A&T. I got all the schools, Howard too, that I'm going to touch base with. So everyone can not only just be appreciative of the event and the case competition and the progress that PPS has made, and your involvement and your team's involvement, but also hear about those experiences, because we all love documentaries, we all love behind the scenes, and that's why having these follow-up discussions are super important. Because even though that event was amazing and it's going to be broadcasted soon, we need to know who Christopher Browne is. We need to know who the man was behind the plan. And that's why I wanted to jump on here with you to hear your story. It sounds like this is another case, and this is actually a positive statement I'm going to make. This is another case of a talented brother like yourself not getting exposure until later on in life, right? Because you didn't have that growing up, which is fine. But when you got it, you've obviously taken it and you pretty much put it in a headlock and took off, man. And so,
You're a
so
funny guy.
I mean it a little
Love it.
animated, but
Love it. Love it.
but
Love it.
but that is the
Love it.
emphasis I have to put on telling this story and sharing your story and this interview with the rest of the world, because you know sometimes I feel like people get or decision makers can get caught up in hiring kids and through hiring people out of the programs, which is fine. But I want to highlight yourself because there are people who never had this exposure, who got in later on in the game, but once they get in, watch out,
Yeah. Yeah.
watch out. And
Yeah.
you're one of those individuals. That's why I'm talking to you
I
now. And
appreciate
there
it.
are a lot of other individuals that you, myself, Ali, and other organizations are going to bring through. And so I think the door is going to open pretty soon, and this content highlights that door opening. And look what we got: HBCUs coming on, presenting. We got events going on. We got people like Chris Brown, Ali, Niles Ray's. Like these people are the next up. They are the next generation. So that's why I wanted to have you on here, man. Is there anything else you want to follow up with how your experience is going? Have you graduated yet? And if you have or are going to soon, what's your post Cornell graduation plans?
Got it. Got it. Well, first of all, I have to tell you and say and express thank you, Niles. You again, I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
appreciate
I'm a fan. Much appreciated
Yeah,
because what you're doing now. So for me, I have dedicated my life to be the example. I never had a mentor. Straight up. Yes, I had Sam Beller, but not. We're in camera, so I won't do that. But he's not the same lived experience
right,
at all,
right.
at all. So I really had to graph my experience, from many different individuals, and what you're doing is creating a platform to say, whoa, there is a brother, there's a sister that looks like me, have the same experiences like me, and they're doing such and such. So I mean, for me on a leadership background, I told the team, look, the aim is that once you leave the team with me, your lives will never be the same. They know that. You can ask them that. Your lives will never be the same.
Right.
I will stretch you to your maximum. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my teammates was like, yo, let's act for 1,000. 1,000? No, we're asking for 10. Matter of fact, just because this is new, I'm asking for 10K.
Right.
Just told him to hold on. All of them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because Cornell really created a laboratory for us to make mistakes.
Shout out to Cornell, by the way.
Yeah. Well done. Well, and it's funny because their jaw dropped as well when they heard, they had to be believers as well.
Oh, for sure.
They had to be believers as well because they were like, "What is this?" I'm like, guys, just don't worry about it. I've raised some monies before.
Yeah.
So this.
Yeah. I got it.
So I think that from this opportunity, so from 4 HBCUs to 13 HBCUs, from a cash prize of 5,000 to 11,000.
Preach.
Membership rose 233%.
Preach.
HBCU participation. Oh man, listen.
What else?
So it's
what else? Keep going.
So we already broke. We are the largest HBCU case study competition HBCU model of its kind in the nation.
Preach. Yep.
This 1 year, even semester. So so the next move is really to highlight, connect, and ultimately transition top minority talent into the industry. It needs to be done. And I'm happy. I felt I would be judged if I didn't get involved. So that's Ali. I told Ali, first and second round, bro. No, man.
Right.
This is not what I want to do. I'm in and out. I'm like, no, Christopher, again, it's the same, sense of responsibility that hit me when I changed my major.
Right.
I rather would be helping a nation than one person as a neurosurgeon.
Yes.
It hit me again. I'm like, okay, all right, Christopher. This is what you got to do.
Right. Right. So what are your plans? What are your plans after? Okay. Have you graduated yet?
I have 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's what's up. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so what are your plans post-graduation?
No, there's some things in the pipeline.
Okay.
I plan to try to take a rest, but taking a rest is like,
you take a rest?
that it felt odd. So not sure yet. There's some plans being negotiated, but I haven't really firmed up any. Nothing is pen to paper yet.
Okay.
So there's still opportunities that's presenting itself.
Awesome, Chris. Well, I'm sure, a gentleman like yourself, super talented, definitely like highlighting your story. It's similar to my story, just catching on to the game later on in life. And then once you get a hold of it, not letting it go and just continue to keep it in a headlock, man. And until it says uncle, or until it says I need air, or it taps, right? So, the industry is tapping, man, and keep on holding on to that and get the opportunity that best fits you, your personality. And commercial real estate is all about relationships and a lot of other things, but definitely big on relationships. And I feel like you're the individual, obviously, through this platform. This platform has done a lot for you because it's allowed you to showcase your ability to facilitate, bring others together, lead, fundraise. And dude, that's all what commercial real estate really is about. We all need producers, deal sourcers, et cetera, as well as facilitators within the industry and great networkers. So, now that this is in a bag, and mind you, you already have a stellar resume, you already have a bunch of experience you could talk about, but I feel like you took all your experience, put it into this platform, and just lifted it up.
Yeah.
And it's something that's really going to reign supreme and resonate with individuals in the industry. And I'm sure you're going to land at a great spot. And you got next, brother. You and others on I talked to other Cornelians, Christian, Alex, Ari, Patience. Y'all got next. Simple as that. Y'all got next. And this platform helps highlight you all. And then, me coming in, getting involved, this video content, which everyone's consuming. So now people can see the people behind the scenes, which is what I love to do, highlight others. And so, no, I think you have a bright future. And one reason why I want to get your story again is because I want to show folks that, look, yes, there's high school kids that we need to get in this game. There's college kids coming out that you need to get to. But look, there are some experienced professionals that have a lot of great talent. You can bring them in, start them as a senior analyst, start them as an associate, whatever. That only lasts for a few years, but the amount of potential that they have, as well as where they can take your firm. Look what they did. Look what they did with that group that just had HBCU case competitions. Look what they did with that. Imagine what they'll do with your projects. Imagine what they do with your fundraising, or your capital raises. Imagine what they do with just deal sourcing or basics modeling. Like the point is hiring talented individuals. If they're 22, 32, 42, whatever the age, doesn't matter. Get that talent. And a lot of your more experienced professionals that are diverse probably gonna be a little older. So I always tell people that there are some gems out there. And Chris, you are one of those gems, brother. So
I appreciate it, brother.
I'm gonna get off my high horse. I'm rambling, but I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of what you've done and how you elevated the Philip Payton Society platform. It not only is it the best HBCU, maybe the only HBCU case competition, but I would argue, dude, because I did MIT's case competition when I was in school. It wasn't like what y'all had. It wasn't like what you guys were presenting, man. So I would argue that it might be one of the best case competitions for real estate in the land. And I would even put up against other case competitions for the small team that you guys had, for the lack of experience as far as time that this has been going on for you. It's only been going on for like a few years. Not like you guys have been doing
And it's
30
student
years.
led. It's student
Student
led,
led. Exactly. Exactly.
versus administrative led. It's
Right.
student
Right.
led.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. But if there's any last words
Okay.
that you have to say to the people out there, to other students that may be interested in participating in the competition, maybe interested in going to Cornell, or diverse folks that are looking to get into the industry, do you have any words for them?
Man, I'll say follow your dreams. It's never too late.
Yeah.
It's if you have a passion to do something,
Right.
my friend, you do it. Do
Right.
it. We only have a limited amount of time on this earth, so maximize it.
Max. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And the best place for people to reach you if they want to directly would probably be LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is
Okay.
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's it right there. So, all right, Chris. Well, thank you so much for joining me on my platform, DCRE TV. We'll get this out to the folks soon. And I'm always here to support you. Let me know if you need anything in your career or in the future.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. See you.
See you later. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. See you later.
See you later.